worked in Infosys for some time,
Yes.
and then you decided to leave and preparing for competitive examinations.
Yes.
So why did you decide to leave Infosys and get into something new?
So during my graduation only, I had decided to join public sector. However, to have some balance with me to pursue the competitive examination dream, so I decided to join Infosys. I worked for 2 years. I collected some amount of money with me so that I could have my own expenditure. And after working for 2 years in corporate sector, I had a great enriching experience about how an organization works, how team building works, how to work in an on tight deadlines, and how to efficiently manage the given task. So after 2 years, I decided now there was a time to pursue my actual career goal. So I left Infosys and I decided to give competitive examinations.
Okay, and what brings you towards RBI?
So RBI currently, as described by IMF, that India is the brightest star in the world economy, and India is growing by leaps and bounds, and RBI is at the center stage in this economic growth. So my dream of working in public sector, and RBI is a public sector organization which is having an excellent career path, both coincided. So I decided to appear for RBI examination.
Okay, perfect. You've written you have done basic training in kickboxing.
Yes.
Is kickboxing an Olympic sport?
No, sir. Kickboxing is not an Olympic sport because there is no universal organization. There is no single world organization for kickboxing. So, and it is not a pure kind of form. It is an intermixing of different kinds of boxing and other techniques. So that's why it is not a part of Olympics.
Okay. Just because it is a hybrid, that is the reason that it's not a part of Olympics.
So I'm not sure about it. However, I'm sure that it is not part of Olympics.
Okay. Okay. Recently, someone from India has won a world championship in boxing.
Yes, sir.
Can you name that person?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not able to
Recall. It's
recall
okay.
it. So it's Mary Kom.
Yeah.
She won the 6th championship of a very long time. After 2011, she won in 2018.
You also like to cycle.
Yes,
Have you heard about Lance Armstrong?
yes, sir. I have heard.
Is it ethical if you were in his situation? Would you have done the same thing? If yes, why? If not, why not?
So it is definitely not ethical to use some performance enhancing drugs in a competitive field because that is against the spirit of sport. Then it gives undue advantage to a person against other competitors. Everybody is doing their own hard work. And third one is, if one is not being honest to himself, then he cannot be honest to anybody else in the world.
But he justified by saying that what he did after what he went through in his personal, in terms of his health, he does not think or he does not regret that whatever he did was wrong.
So these are two different issues. Having a personal crisis and taking that as a support for doing something unjust in public sphere, both are not correct thing of projecting itself. However, he has done a good work for the cancer patients and others through his philanthropic work. However, that cannot be justified for the illegal actions in sports fraternity.
Yes. Worli paintings are from which part of the country?
So Warli paintings are basically, they are done by the Warli tribes. They reside in the northern Maharashtra and Gujarat border, and the majority of the tribe are present in Thane district and Palghar district in Maharashtra. So the western part of country, we can say.
Any other specific type of painting pertaining to a specific area of the country?
So there are our country is rich with diversity. There are a lot of different kind of paintings available. We have Pattachitra from Andhra Pradesh, Madhubani painting from Bihar, then Pahadi paintings, Kangra paintings in Himachal Pradesh. We have Tanjavur paintings in South India, in Tamil Nadu.
Perfect. A technical term for the coin collection that you do, is there any other term?
Yes, sir. It is called as numismatic. However, it involves study of coin as well. Being an amateur, I am not into study of coins. I am just fond of collecting different kind of coins.
So, which country's coins do you have presently?
So presently, I am not focusing on the different countries' coin because it is not affordable for me and not approachable. However, I am collecting the coins of normal currency which have different issues printed, or rather few commemorative coins.
So how do you find out whether a coin is real or whether it is a fake?
It is extremely difficult to find out whether coin is real or fake. If one is collecting coins issued by RBI, then RBI has given online repository. One can go there and check the various marks.
Because you go to Haridwar, you go to these places, you find a lot of street vendors selling those coins, saying that they've been taken out from the river.
True, so there is no single procedure to identify whether coin is true or false. However, depending on the markings, depending on the punch marks and other symbols, one can identify whether such a series was issued by a particular government or particular king, or if it is a historical coin, then we have to go through history. But there is no single procedure to identify.
So there is no repository through which you can find out.
So unfortunately, India did not do well in recording the history. So rather than having a history of coins, we are learning history through coins. So there is no single repository where we can go and identify the coins.
Sure.
What do you know about value mortgage? Have you heard of this term?
No, sir, I'm sorry, I have not heard.
Okay. What is the basic difference between repo rate and reverse repo rate, and which of these is higher and why?
So, repo rate is rate at which Reserve Bank of India lends to the banks. The reverse repo rate is vice versa, where banks lend to Reserve Bank. The repo rate is higher. Reverse repo rate is lower than the repo rate.
Why?
So, because RBI decides the repo rate and reverse repo rate in order to give the extra money to the banks for unforeseen situation or for the fortnight to match their requirements. RBI lends to banks. So reverse repo rate, I am not able to put it in a correct form.
No problem.
Okay, and what is the difference between primary deficit and fiscal deficit?
So primary deficit is fiscal deficit minus the interest rate, revenue deficit minus the payment made for interest.
Fiscal deficit minus payments made for interest. So why is it found? Why do we need to find primary deficit?
So because the major expenditure which is gone on interest rate is not spent on the development activities. So in order to identify what is the exact amount available with the government and how it is spent, primary deficit is used.
Have you heard of this term skimming? How is it related to the technical term in banking? It is a technical term in banking.
So I am not aware about technical term skimming.
Okay.
Let me think. Should bitcoins be or cryptocurrency be legalized in the country?
So according to me, there should be law for it. Currently, India has no law for cryptocurrency, and something that has no law for it goes under the carpet, and then it takes the form of illegal activities. So it is better to have some form of regulation, to form some form of policy guidelines for it. Whether it should be legalized or it should not be legalized, that will depend on the how the cryptocurrency progresses, because there are various negative aspects of cryptocurrency. The anonymity being the one where one cannot trace who is doing the transaction, how much transaction is going on. So until unless government finds some kind of way to regulate it, till then we should have some guidelines for cryptocurrency.
So what are the major negatives of cryptocurrency other than anonymity?
So another negative is there is a potential of getting it hacked. I mean, especially regarding India, the people are not that much aware, digitally aware. The digital literacy is very low, and if one
Bitcoin is said to be using blockchain, which is supposed to be the safest.
So blockchain is safest until and unless one does not provide the key. However, there is a possibility that system getting hacked at the desktop level only.
Okay.
So blockchains are secured. However, one has to know the functioning of it.
So it is certainly better than the present system of digital currency that we use.
Yes, sir. Blockchain is definitely better because apart from payment and settlement, blockchain has been used in other digital record keeping as well. Even Maharashtra government has decided to use blockchain technology in land record holdings. So it has, apart from the currency aspect, it has many other positive aspects.
Yes.
So it has to be developed.
So should we move towards blockchain technology in our digital currency management also?
So that would be a better step to go forward in the direction.
Okay. What other negatives?
So the other negative aspect is that it requires high performing system. It is not blockchain technology cannot be performed on normal system which we use in household. So the initial setup cost would be higher in blockchain technology.
Something about volatility?
So volatility is not related to blockchain technology, but it is related to cryptocurrency
Yes.
because it is not regulated by any particular government. So there is a possibility of too much ups and downs in the value of cryptocurrency, and there is no single cryptocurrency. There are multiple cryptocurrencies.
Yes.
So that one is negative aspect.
Okay, I think Vivek, the conference is good. The answers are much more clear, very clear, I should say. You are certainly well prepared with your biodata form. That is good. I see the confidence also. So that gives a very positive, sends a very positive vibe, sends a very positive impression on you. So the icebreaker is going to be somewhere from this because you have a lot of things. Worldly painting, cycling, pencil sketching, coin. You will have certainly have an
idea. It's a little different than what probably you've been seeing with the
others. Yes. So certainly you will have some questions. So you can have that edge with this kind of confidence. But when you move towards questions related to economics, then you have to keep it in mind that you don't lose out on that momentum. Okay. So simultaneously, for the next, you have about 10 days, 7-8 days. For the next 7-8 days, prepare more on the banking and finance and economics side. Okay. The basic things should be clear. Although it's not bad, you gave a very good answer about cryptocurrency. आपने क्या क्या पूछा था? Skimming and
there was skimming and this repo rate versus reverse. So there's a logic behind it. Since this RBI is much more secure and a much more creditworthy institution, therefore the repo rate is less. And the RBI doesn't want banks to lend it to some risky business outside. That's why it has kept the repo rate higher. These are the two reasons.
So, I think it's good. At least he knew about repo, reverse repo. So, some basics are clear. Somewhere, of course, you will have some gaps in your preparation anyway. But focus a lot more. Like if you're preparing for 6 hours every day, it can be 4 hours you're putting into finance, banking related things, and 2 hours you're giving to this, or 1 hour you're giving to this. Because you're already prepared on this. You just need to revise and think of some additional questions that can be asked. Okay. And everything else is good. Any problems that you found?
Good enough.
Good enough. एक चीज मेरे दिमाग में थी. You left in 11.
This is one thing that I was also. There are a lot of gaps.
Gaps.
11, you left your.
But I worked in Infosys after that. For
11
and it's like 13.
So I have given UPSC. I have given an interview of UPSC. After that, now I have decided.
But you need a strong answer to back your.
I was about to ask you regarding.
With your answers, they would certainly know immediately that you are a UPSC guy. Okay, they would know. With the kind of awareness you have, थोड़ा confidence ज़्यादा है, मतलब it's coming out well. It's good. There's nothing wrong. It's good. Very good.
His tone is stable.
हाँ,
his tone is stable.
तो अच्छे से आ रहा है. It's coming out well. So इनको तो पता लग जाएगा चेयरमैन को.
यूपीएससी इंटरव्यू की बात बोलना है कि नहीं, क्योंकि then the question will be that if you are going to interview, then like would you join RBI or would you continue?
If they ask you, then only. So I think in this situation you can be honest. sir, if I get a good service in UPSC top 3 or top 4, sir, IAS, IPS, IRS, IFS, these are the only priorities that I have. If I get something of this, any one out of these 4, then I would prefer it, or I would want to join that. Otherwise, I would want to stick to RBI.
So I had also decided prepared one answer. I have given enough attempts. Like the thing that I had decided while leaving Infosys, I had some years in my mind that I will devote to UPSC. I have completed that block. I could reach the interview but could not clear it. So after that, I am thinking about going for the different career options.
For other career options.
Because your last RBI exam was also 2015.
That was actually I don't know.
There. You know, so it makes it even more.
बोल सकते हो वो भी, but the problem is till the time your attempts are not exhausted, they cannot trust you on this. Okay, so you telling them that I've given all my whatever the block I had decided, I had kept in mind. You might change your mind tomorrow after getting into RBI. So it's better to tell them that okay, these are the 4 services which would certainly provide me more exposure. So I can think of moving to those services if I get selected. Or you can say 3 services.
Yeah.
Okay, IRS, a lot of people are coming from IRS to RBI, leaving IRS and coming to RBI. Why, sir? Because now it's considered a better job. Opportunities are more. Corruption is not there. So all those political pressure is not there. So I am a kind of person who would not get into IRS just and put that additional burden on me, unless it's IAS or IFS or something like that. Okay. So something around this can be created. So they might feel that okay, you are honest when they have asked you specifically, not on your own. You are honest about it. Okay, these 3 services I will move on. Otherwise, I would want to stay with RBI. So it's a good argument.
So one small thing about comparing UPSC and RBI, like the exposure in UPSC, like working in grassroots level or something like that, that I had prepared for UPSC. With respect to RBI, we can say that there are policies which directly or indirectly affect the public. So both are on the equal level with respect to the work that I will be doing.
You want to compare it yourself, or
if they ask, like how would you compare it?
You can tell them, sir, economic independence, economic freedom to people, economic empowerment to people is the first step to political empowerment or social empowerment. And RBI plays a big role in providing that in its own ways. Financial inclusion. So a new department has been created. They are working, day in and out on creating a financially inclusive society. So those are the things that bureaucrats cannot do, or those are the things that I might not get opportunity to do if I am an IAS officer. Okay. So in that, so both have different arenas of work. Of course, there I am directly connected with the people working at the grassroots level, but here also, whatever I am doing has a very big impact on the people's lives. So I think you can get out of the situation by saying that they're not comparable, they're incomparable. Both of them are working in the same direction in different ways.
So which department you would like to work in? We can say financial inclusion department.
Financial inclusion, you have tech background, so you can say IT also. Cyber security department has also been created now. So you can talk about that also. Okay. Estate वगैरह में तो कोई काम नहीं. So these are the things because they align with your interest and they align with your expertise also. So you can say financial inclusion, digital inclusion or digital access is a big part of financial inclusion, and I have experience in that and I have expertise in that. I can certainly provide a lot of inputs, something of that sort. Anything else?
Thank you.